Alright, I know it's early. I appreciate you guys being here. My name's Ruben. Damon asked me to come speak with you this week about something a little bit different. This is not going to be my usual talk. I'm going to talk with you a little bit about customer service today. My plan for you today is that you're going to leave with a simple and repeatable system that's going to help you serve your customers better. If you want to grab my notes, you can scan this QR code. I'll be out of the way. I'll put it up at the end of the presentation as well. So if you don't get it right now, you can get it later. But I'm going to try to move quickly because we want to make sure we leave room for the other presenters. So again, I'm Ruben at BookCleaningJobs. Some of you guys might know me. Maybe you've seen me on YouTube. Maybe we're friends on Facebook. Maybe we've talked on the phone. I've actually talked with quite a few of you before. I recognize a lot of faces here this week, and it's been good to put faces to names to Facebook and all that. I work with a handful of people in this room as well as clients, so it's good to see some of you guys here. I see some of you running up the room to answer phone calls, which is great. Thank you for doing that. I asked the other day on the Facebook group, why do some cleaners struggle to survive while others are growing like a weed? And I got a ton of feedback on this. I got a ton of people suggesting the reasons why some cleaners are growing like a weed and others are just sitting there stagnating. Sometimes even losing business, losing ground after they've been in business for a long time. But I personally work with a lot of cleaners who are growing exceptionally fast. And I don't want to dwell on a lot of these stories because you're probably more concerned with what you're going to take from this event and go and do in your business. But just to give you a little inspiration, last year I worked with a guy named Dale in Indianapolis who started a brand new carpet cleaning business. Indianapolis has a ton of carpet cleaners there. He grew to $10K a month in under 90 days by just running a little bit of marketing and providing amazing customer service. Dale came from the pizza industry. He was an executive in the pizza industry. He decided to get into carpet cleaning. Dale's an incredible dude. If you talk to him, he's just all energy. He's like the nicest guy you've ever met. That comes through when he works with his customers. That's why he's growing so fast. I work with Marcus here in Henderson, Nevada. Marcus is also an incredible dude. He has been in business for like 10 years. His business was slowing down last year. He called me. He said, hey, my marketing's not really working anymore. Can you help me with that? So we helped him with his marketing. And Marcus took it from there. He worked with his customers, provided the same service he's always provided, and turned his business around to the point that within 2 months of changing his marketing, he was able to start hiring for the first time in 10 years being in business. I work with a company in Nashville, Tennessee that's grown to $30,000 a month in their first 6 months in business. They're called Steamrollers. I work with a company that's been around for 30 years in Oxford, Mississippi. They've never broken $30,000 a month before. Now they've broken $40,000 a month. I work with a company in Texas that made $30,000 in their first 90 days working with us. Brand new company in Texas. This one I'm super proud of because this was like a big second chance opportunity for him. He had owned a carpet cleaning business before. He had lost it through a set of unfortunate circumstances. He managed to start this business, make $30K in the first 90 days, and he's now doing $30,000 a month with this business, which is pretty incredible. He sent me a text message last year, sometime in July maybe, and told me that his life had turned around to the point that he went from being in debt and living in a trailer in his buddy's driveway to having $20,000 in his bank account and having a team in just a couple months. I'm not going to take all the credit for this because all I do is the marketing. And I work with a bunch of cleaners where I do the marketing for them and then nothing happens. But there's obviously something different that these guys are doing. I'll skip through some of these. Hey, Adam and Rose, by the way, if you don't know them, they have an incredible business. They're here this week. They've grown to 7 figures cleaning carpets, windows, air ducts, and everything else in Iowa, in small towns in Iowa. So I've had people come up to me and say, can you do this kind of thing in small towns? Does this work in rural areas? Absolutely it does. They're proof. What's different about these cleaning companies? What's different about them? Why do some grow like a weed and some don't? If you ask me, it's because these cleaners have figured out exactly what their customers want. And they figured out how to deliver it consistently over and over again to keep their customers happy. I really love this quote from Zig Ziglar. You've probably seen it before. That you can have everything in life that you want if you help enough other people get what they want. I think that when you help your customers get exactly what they want, you'll get exactly what you want from your business. If you focus on your customers, you're going to have a better business, which is why I'm not here to talk with you about marketing today. You can follow me on YouTube, you can friend me on Facebook, and I'll talk about marketing until you're blue in the face. Today I want to talk with you about taking care of your customer and making sure that you provide a consistent service so that if you were to engage in some kind of marketing, it'll actually be effective for you. You can actually bring customers in, keep them happy, keep them coming back, and make the entire thing work. When you take amazing customer service and combine it with marketing, it's a game changer. I see it every single day. Those stories I just told you about, they didn't come from nothing. They came from people who were dedicated to their customers and then just found a way to bring in more customers. Simple. So today I want to help you build an amazing customer service system. I want you to leave here with a strategy that you can take and implement in your business immediately. I think anybody in here can do this. Literally all of you can take this and do it. So what you're going to learn is how to figure out exactly what your customers want, why they're really hiring you. You're going to take that information and turn it into what's called a mission statement and a brand promise. And if you want to learn more about where these terms came from and what they mean, you can read a book called Uncommon Service by Francis Fry. It's an amazing book. It's a quick read. And then you're going to take that mission statement, your brand promise, and you're going to turn it into checklists and SOPs that you can use to actually carry your mission out and meet your brand promise and keep your customers happy. It's going to be a three-step process. The first one is really easy, and this is why I think anybody can do this, okay? You probably have a bunch of reviews already from your customers. You probably have reviews on Google or Yelp or somewhere else. I did too. I used to own the #1 carpet cleaning company in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It didn't just happen by accident. We really worked on getting customers to love us and making sure that they were satisfied with the service so that they would call us back again, tell their friends about us, leave us a review on Google. That was like goal #1, right? Customer acquisition was keep them happy. We had this carpet cleaning company, and I had it for 2 or 3 years, and we were doing pretty well. But we weren't really standing out from our competition the way I wanted to. So one day we decided to take a closer look at our reviews. I read this book called Uncommon Service, like I said. And Francis Fry said, look at what your customers are telling you that they love about your service, and look past the service that you provide. If you guys provide carpet cleaning service to your customers, not carpet cleaning service that they really care about. There's something else that you're doing for them that matters more. So we took a deeper look at our reviews, and we started to search for patterns. We looked to see what our customers love most about our service. And what we found was that everybody expects clean carpets. They hired a professional carpet cleaner. They expected us to get the carpets cleaned. They expected that we would show up, do the job, leave, and the carpets would look better. That was table stakes. If we couldn't do that for them, we were frauds. That's the basic level of service. What else do you provide? What else do your customers love about you? That's what we were looking for in our reviews. That's what we looked for. And what we found out was that our customers kept saying the same things over and over again. And we read hundreds of reviews. We reviewed phone calls and emails that we got from customers. Happy ones and unhappy ones. And what we found was that people loved that we were friendly, we were on time, and the carpets dried fast. And that's pretty much it. Everything else was great. They cleaned the carpets. I expected that. It smelled good. Wonderful. We did low moisture carpet cleaning, naming features. Fast dry times, that did matter to our customers. We did find that was a game changer. Some people really liked that. But outside of just clean carpets, people loved that we were friendly. People loved that we were on time. Those were things that stood out to them. Because other service businesses weren't friendly. Other service businesses didn't show up on time. They hardly even answered the phone. And that made us stand out. So we decided to take that and change our entire marketing message to focus on the fact that we were friendly and on time. To figure out what your customers really want, out of all the reviews and feedback that you have from your customers, Google, Yelp, Facebook, emails you have from them, whatever. Look for patterns. Look beyond just clean carpets. Look beyond clean furniture, clean rugs, clean whatever. See what else they're saying. See what those intangibles are. What else do you guys provide for them? See what's really delighting your customers the most and try to draw those things out. Now, some of you guys are sitting here and you're going, I don't have that many reviews. How am I supposed to do this? For you guys, I guess step one would be go out and start asking for reviews, please. If you're running a service business, customer service, customer satisfaction is like one of your biggest KPIs. You need to know that these people are going to call you back again, that they would recommend you to their friends. If they're not willing to do that, you need to know why. So start tracking some sort of a customer service satisfaction score. The simplest way to do it is just ask for reviews. Don't be afraid to do it. Ask for reviews on every single job. It's going to give you invaluable data that will tell you why you're different, why your customers like you, and what you can do to attract more customers. So just listen to your customers. Analyze them with AI. I didn't have this available to me when I had my carpet cleaning business. We had to do it all by hand, so we just read through all these reviews. It took a long time. You can do it in 20 seconds with ChatGPT now. Take all your reviews, dump them into a Google Sheet, a Google Doc, upload it to ChatGPT and ask it to look for patterns. Tell it that you want to look past clean carpets and see what else your customers like. Make your life easier. Next step, you're going to take that information. Now you figured out what your customers really like about you, why they're really hiring you. Maybe it's because the carpets smell great. Maybe it's because they feel nice and fluffy after you're done. Maybe it's because you stop to pet the dog when you walk in. Maybe it's because you wear shoe covers. Maybe it's because you clean up the floor after you've been to the house and you don't leave footprints everywhere. Whatever those things are, take all that information. You're You're going to turn it into what's called a mission statement and a brand promise. These are going to help you reach the right customers. They're going to help you deliver what really matters to those customers, and they're going to help keep your employees on track and make them more successful. Your mission statement. If you don't have a mission statement already, this probably sounds like fluff, but you should write one anyways. Your mission statement tells the world what you do for your customers. What do you aim to do for your customers? I'll tell you what my mission statement was. And I didn't personally write this one, I'll be honest with you. I own a franchise, so they had a mission statement, and this was our mission statement. To deliver the best carpet cleaning experience our customers have ever had. This tells the world what you aim to do to deliver the best carpet cleaning experience our customers have ever had. Next, you're going to write what's called a brand promise, and this is just a little bit different than a mission statement. Your brand promise explains how you intend to carry that out, how you intend to carry out your mission for your customers. How are you going to deliver that experience? Ours was friendly, on-time carpet cleaning plus drying 1 hour. Does that sound familiar? What did our customers love about us? Friendly, on-time, drying 1 hour. It didn't take me long to write the brand promise. I just had to hone in on what our customers really wanted. I literally took this and put it on my homepage of my website and made it my headline. Customers loved it. Again, you can use AI to write the mission statement and brand promise if you want. You're going to want to train your employees on both of these. Your employees need to know what your mission is. They need to know what you're trying to do for your customers. They should be able to recite it back to you. Your employees need to know that mission because when they need to make decisions about what to do in the field for a customer, the easiest way to decide, should I do this or should I not do this, is to go, is this in keeping with our company mission? If I do this for the customer, would it help us achieve the mission or not? That's why your employees need to know the mission. I already mentioned you can use a brand promise to improve your marketing. We took ours and put it right on our homepage as our headline. Take what you learn from your customers, turn it into an actual mission statement and brand promise so you can market to the right people, tell them what they're going to get, speak in the words that they want to hear from you. I'm going to show up on time. We're going to be friendly. Now you're going to take that and you're going to standardize it, because the whole idea of this is one day you're probably going to hire employees. You're going to step out of the van if you're not stepped out of the van already, and you're going to try to grow this into a bigger company. You're going to try to take it into a more turnkey business so you can hand it off to somebody else. The easiest way to do that is to create a checklist for everything. If you're not familiar with checklists and why they're important, I highly recommend a book called Checklist Manifesto. Another quick, short read that will explain why doctors and pilots and all kinds of other professionals that are here to keep us alive work off of checklists. And if a checklist works for a doctor, it'll probably work for your carpet cleaner. We're going to make a checklist for everything, and we're going to use our mission statement to decide what's going to go on that checklist. Is every single item on this checklist helping you achieve your mission for your customers? Is it helping you carry out your brand promise? I'm going to give you these templates, by the way. If you scan that QR code, there's a link on there that says checklist templates. You should be able to grab these and use them if you want. This is almost an exact replica of the checklist that I used in my carpet cleaning company to train our employees. What we did is we broke down all the steps of our cleaning process, all the steps of our customer interactions, from the moment we showed up to their door to the moment we left. We wrote down all of those steps and turned it into a great big checklist. We put it on a sheet of paper, and we had all new employees, plus the experienced technician that they were riding with, fill one of these out for every single job that they did for the first 30 days that they worked for us. It was a little annoying. They didn't love it at first. But this checklist helped them hammer in this process over and over so that we can deliver the same consistent customer experience. Starting at the top, literally pressing start on House Call Pro, putting on shoe covers, doing a walkthrough, all the way through to bringing up the customer and pressing finish on that House Call Pro. At the end of the checklist, these checklist items, by the way, have your technician's initial next to every single one that they did. They may not do all of these on every single job, like maybe a job doesn't have pet treatment. Have them initial next to every single thing that they do on every single job. If you have 2 technicians, have them initial next to the ones that they specifically did, so you'll see who did what on the job. Then at the bottom, I recommend putting your mission statement. This is our mission, to deliver the best carpet cleaning experience our customers have ever had. Did we meet that mission today, yes or no? And if the answer is no, ask them why. Make them sign their name and say that you carried out the mission today. After doing this for 3-4 jobs a day, 30 days, trust me, your employees will understand the mission. They will understand the process, they will know your expectations, and they will carry out your customer service experience efficiently and consistently for your customers over and over. Questions just a minute. Actually, you know what? We'll see right now.
At the bottom, does the customer sign their name or the tech signs their name?
The technician. Yeah, technician signs their name. After the day of work, my technicians would bring me a couple of these checklists, and we would go over them. And if they hadn't filled out their checklist for the day, I would have them stay and not clock out until they filled in their checklist for the day. Just think through the jobs you did today. This isn't optional. You do these checklists if you work for me. If you don't do this in your first week, you're not gonna make it. You'll do this for 30 days, you'll have a fat stack of checklists. They'll all be filled out. Your employees will be perfectly trained. You won't need to worry about whether they know what they're doing. Makes it pretty straightforward. This kind of changed my life running my business. I struggled with employees and trying to train them until I just made it into a checklist. After I did this, I was able to hire and train people so efficiently, I didn't even have to be a part of it. I could hand this to an experienced technician, send them out with a new technician, and by the end of the week, I had 2 good technicians. By the end of the month, I had 2 technicians that could work independently. So this is probably the easiest way that I've found to train people. The next thing you can do is you can take it a step further. Make checklists for everything else in your business. And as you're adding things to these checklists, keep asking yourself, does this help me meet my mission? If we go and do all of these things every day, or every week, or every month, are they gonna help us meet our mission of delivering the best carpet cleaning experience our customers have ever had? We made daily checklists so that my employees knew they needed to do other things like emptying the trash out of the vans and that kind of stuff. And we made weekly checklists, and then we made monthly checklists. Wash the van, let Ruben know if we need any supplies, because I was 2,000 miles away from my business in Seattle while this was going on. There was a reason I had to do this, by the way. For about 2 years, my business was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I lived in Seattle, 2,000 miles away. So I had to make sure that my employees were doing stuff. This was the easiest way I could figure out. So again, those checklists, those templates, I have them on the page. You scan the code, you can grab them. After you're done making your checklist, don't stop there. Document everything else that you do in your business. Write down any scripts that you use. If you're answering the phone a lot, which you should be, write down what you say on the phone so that you can hand that off to somebody else. Write down all the frequently asked questions that people have. Write down the common objections that people have. Oh, that's expensive, that kind of thing. Write down what to say. Document all that stuff. Take them all and add them into your employee manual, along with your mission statement and your brand promise. Probably add some other things in there too, some legal stuff. I don't know. Ask somebody else about that. You can ask Kelly, she helped me do it. So yeah, after you've done that, you've made an amazing customer service system that you can train people on. You can send people out, you can make them competent, better at their jobs. And when your employees are better at their jobs, when they're able to go out and get better results for their customers, they feel better about their work. They feel like, yeah, I want to come back to work tomorrow because this job is, not only is it easy, I'm pretty good at it. That's how they start. We're almost done, but I want to leave you with 2 more things that I think are really important. I have to mention them. And then 3 really important numbers that I think you should know about. So I mentioned earlier that we do a lot of marketing for carpet cleaners. If a carpet cleaner came to me, or any kind of cleaning business, and they had all of this stuff in place already, I would be thrilled to work with them. Absolutely thrilled. Because I like to work with people who have an amazing company that are already providing great service for their customers, and they just need more customers. So take all that, do all that. Let's kick it up a notch then. There's 2 other systems aside from your customer service system that you're going to need. 2 really important systems. One of them is a marketing system. I don't care what marketing system you use. I don't care who you hire to do your marketing. I don't care if you do it yourself. You can use Valpak. You can use Groupon, if that's still a thing. You can use Yelp, Angie. You can do Google Guaranteed, which I highly recommend if you're not already doing that. You can run Google ads, you can do Facebook ads, you can do direct mail, you can do SEO, you can do whatever. Just find a way to bring customers in consistently, because you have an amazing customer service system now, and you have employees that are trained, they're ready to go. You just need to keep them busy. Put some kind of marketing in place. If you want help with marketing, let me know. The other thing that you're gonna need, and this wasn't obvious to me when I started helping cleaners with marketing, is you're gonna need to have some sort of a system to handle inbound sales. And if you know what inbound sales means, it means when your phone rings, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna answer that call? What are you gonna say to get that lead to turn into a customer? How are you gonna turn this into a booked appointment? So you need to have some kind of an inbound sales system. If you're writing down scripts earlier about what you say on the phone, if you write down FAQs and common objections, then you're a lot closer to having a good inbound sales system. But have a system, don't just wing it. Know what you're gonna say on the phone. Know how you're gonna upsell people. Know how you're gonna provide additional value to get them to spend more with you, get them to book at least a second. But those 2 systems are really important. If you have amazing customer service, add these in, and you'll be off to the races. There's 3 KPIs. When I start working with a client, these are 3 big numbers that we started tracking, because I realized that if you have amazing customer service and you have amazing marketing, you can still drop the ball and manage not to make money. Those 3 important KPIs are lead response time. When your phone rings, pick it up immediately. If you miss the call them back within 5 minutes. If you get a lead via your website, An email comes in, respond to it in under 5 minutes, because you lose 80% of the value of your leads in the first 5 minutes. 80% are gone, calling the next company on the list, booking with somebody else. If you can't answer your calls quickly, you're gonna lose. You can use AI to help with this these days. You can hire somebody to answer the calls for you. The AI works pretty well though, but answer and respond in under 5 minutes. Booking rates. Once you get people on the phone, if you're not turning at least 40 to 60% of those leads into a booked job, take a look at what you're saying on the phone. Take a look at your phone scripts. Make sure that what you're saying on the phone is effectively moving people from a lead to a booked appointment. If you're not getting at least 40%, you need to improve what you're saying on the phone. If you're not answering the phones, you're not hitting at least 40%. Go talk to the person who is answering the phones and have a real conversation with them. Don't make me have the conversation with them, because I'll do it, but nobody's gonna enjoy it. So make sure you're getting at least a 40 to 60% booking rate. I heard somebody say earlier this week, if you're getting like an 80% booking rate, a 90% booking rate, raise your prices, raise your prices. I had a client that was doing that last year, George, actually. George was hitting like an 85% booking rate, and he raised his prices, and he was like, oh my God, I'm making so much more money and doing less work. It's okay to raise your prices if you're getting too high of a booking rate, but get at least a 40 to 60%. Then the third KPI that we found is really important to make all of this work is your average ticket. A lot of you guys are here doing hardwood floors or other high ticket services, and if that's the case, good. You guys are probably good. If you're just cleaning carpets and upholstery, you really need to shoot for at least a $300 average ticket. With the cost of advertising these days on Google or Facebook or anywhere else, you need to hit at least a $300 average ticket or it's gonna be tough for you. When we have clients that come on and they hit a $200 average ticket, we coach them until we can help them hit a $300 average ticket or better, because we know it's gonna improve their results from those. We know it's gonna help them get better results from the marketing of their higher return on investment. So those are like the 3 most important KPIs that we track for people, and I think you guys should track them in your business too. I know I just took on a lot of you. Don't stress out. You guys can do this. You've got an incredible group with Pad Life. David's put together an awesome community. I'm super happy to be part of it. It's really nice knowing a lot of you guys and talking with you. If you need help with this, you can reach out to me. I'm going to do a free call next week. It's going to be on Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want to join me on that call, you can scan the QR code and get my notes. If you didn't already, there is a link on that page. If you want to join me on the call next week, I'd be happy to answer your questions and help you grow your cleaning business. By the way, I don't know if we have time for questions, but if we don't, come see me at the booth. We're going to be at the Networking Corral. Kelly and I are there. Do we have time for questions? Jeremy, what's the man?
When it comes to the reviews, and you know me, I'm older and salty, when it's too many times to ask for a review and to blow up, because that's another thing that I say, I blew up, for example, with tile cleaning. Almost everybody that I talk to that says, oh, we're slammed with tile all the time. Yeah, they charge 45 cents. Be slammed with work and do a ton of gross and not necessarily be making as much as someone that does half as many jobs and still at double the price.
There's a couple questions in there. The reviews question, I'll start with that. I automated our review requests and never thought about it again. It probably is annoying to your customers that are just not interested in clicking a text and leaving a review. There's people that just don't want to do it. It's not that they don't want to tell people how amazing Parts Deep Cleaning is. It's that maybe they haven't been asked in the right way yet. I've seen some cleaners just whip out their phone and turn on the video camera and say, hey, Mrs. So-and-so, I know that you've been having us clean for years now. It would really help me out if you shoot a quick video with me and just tell people how much you enjoy our service, if that would be all right with you. Maybe that's the right way for your customers. Maybe some of them will be more comfortable with that. Maybe some of them will be more comfortable filling out a manual comment card, if you want to throw a couple of those in the mail. Try to make it easy by meeting them where they're at. Not everybody wants to click the text message and leave a review on Google. Some people are just freaked out by that. I would ask in multiple ways if you're not getting the results that you're looking for. So the other part of the question was about how much do people charge to get the kind of results that we're talking about here. I leave pricing open to our clients. I'll make suggestions, especially if they're not priced high enough, because I don't like to work with people that I know are not going to make money. If I don't see that you're going to hit at least a $300 average ticket, if I'm not hearing those numbers before we work together, then that's usually something I'm noting that we're going to work on. I work with a lot of people though that are getting average tickets of 400, 500, sometimes even higher, and it's usually because of these higher ticket services like tile. When I dig into their pricing, they're usually charging good prices, upwards of $1 a square foot for tile cleaning, upwards of $60+ per room for carpet cleaning if you were going to break it down that way. I feel like they're charging good prices. The question about profitability versus growth. When you think about how fast you want your company to grow, you can grow that company from 0 to 100 over the course of 5 years, or you can do it over the course of 5 months. The way that you invest in your growth is up to you and up to your goals. So if you're willing to spend more on your marketing in order to hit your goals quickly, for instance, some of the people I showed you hit big numbers within 90 days, their profit margins aren't going to look the same as somebody who's been doing this for 10 years and doing this all off organic and word of mouth. They're going to have smaller profit margins. They're sacrificing those margins for faster growth, and that's their strategy. They've come into a market the way Steamrollers has in Nashville, and they've said, I'm brand new and I don't want to wait to grow. I want to do $30,000 a month now. How much do I need to spend in order to do that? And then they spend it. It depends on your personal goals. You can decide for yourself how you want to invest in your growth and what your timeline is. Some people just want to speed it up. I think, does that kind of answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was saying about how you get the reviews, and somebody said on a post on Facebook, a carpet cleaner, he's like, just ask them and have it on your phone and forward it to them. And I found if you have fun with your customers, you're saying being friendly.
Yeah.
Like I had one lady, I asked her for a review and I filmed it, and she said, please don't post that, I'm missing it too. Honey, come here, you do it, because she had just fallen, she said, and she hadn't seen the dentist yet.
Yeah.
So her husband comes and he's giving me a good review, and she goes in, she jumps in and goes, opens her mouth, and she said, he's the best cleaner, and if I was single, I would marry him. And her husband rolls his eyes. So I never posted that.
Please post it. Run that as your ad on Facebook, please.
But if you have fun, you can ask them if you're very friendly.
Yeah, exactly. Some of the clients we work with have a ton of personality, and they get what they need from their customers just by being themselves. Just be you. People are gonna like you. On the reviews, I'd be silly not to mention this. We have these tap to review cards that are super easy to use. You don't need to get them from us. You can get them on Amazon. Look up NFC tap to review cards. You can program them with your Google review link or your whatever review. Hold it up to somebody's phone after the service, and it pulls up the review form right on their phone. An end review card. I think there's a link on our, if you scan the QR code, there might be a link to it.
We can show it.
We can show it. Oh yeah.
What's the most efficient way to get review scripts onto Excel and then into ChatGPT? Because I feel like it's hard to get them all into one place.
How to scrape them all and get them.
Yeah.
Frankly, if I would do it, I would just have one of my employees do it. I don't know. There's probably tools to scrape all the reviews right after your Google business profile. Yeah. Okay. So good tip right there. See, there's smarter people in the room. That's why you need to lean into your community. But I guess ChatGPT has search capabilities on the web. It can go out and search for things. So if you ask it to look up your company, just give it a link to your Google business profile, and I guess it will scrape all your reviews for you. There you go. I didn't even have to do this presentation. I could just said that in 30 seconds. YouTube short.
Good.
Anything else? Cool. Thank you guys for having me. This was awesome. I'll see you at the booth. Daniel, I'll hand it over.